Good morning and Sairam to all the students. Welcome back. So today we are going to start our English grammar class. So students, in the last session we had started our chapter number 3, that is adjectives and kinds of adjectives. In that class I have told you about the meaning and the definition of adjective and kinds of adjective. So we have 7 kinds of adjectives, and out of 7 2 we had covered in our last session. So let's do a small recall of meaning of adjective. So in simple words, adjectives are describing words and they describe noun or pronoun. Here describing words which tell us something more about a noun or pronoun are known as adjectives. So this is the definition of adjectives. Now let's see the kinds of adjectives. Adjective of quality, adjective of quantity, numeral adjective, distributive adjective, interrogative adjective, possessive adjective, demonstrative adjective. Out of these 7, 2 we had already covered. So today we will start with the numeral adjective. Let's start our new session. Okay, numeral adjectives. Basically our numeral adjectives are divided into 2 parts: definite adjectives of number, indefinite adjectives of number. Okay, definite adjective of number, indefinite adjective of number. Now one by one I am going to tell you the definition of these 2. Here, the adjective of numbers that give a definite number or order are known as definite adjective of number, means a correct number or order. For example, 100, third, 10th, 1000, first. Okay, so now you can see these are examples giving you a definite number or order. Here number is 100 and order is first. So what are the definite adjective of number? The adjective of numbers that give a definite number or order. For example, 100, third, 10th, 1000, first, and so on. Now these are the examples. I'll show you some sentences. Here are the sentences. Now the first sentence is, Michelle is the second girl in our class. Now here the number is second. So what is the adjective of number here? Second, and it is definite. Michelle is the second girl in our class. Second sentence, there are 8 oranges in the ball. Second sentence, there are 8 oranges in the ball. So here what is the exact number? 8. He is going to sell his 2 cars. He is going to sell his 2 cars. Now you can see what is the adjective of number here? 2. So what are the examples of adjective of number? Second, 8, 2. Repeat, second, 8, 2. So these are the examples and along with sentences. Now let's see indefinite adjective of number. Here, the adjective of number that not give a definite number of order. So the main word is not, which are not telling you a proper number or order. The adjective of number that not give a definite number or order are known as indefinite adjective of number. They are telling you the quantity, they are telling you but not in the exact order or number. Examples: all, many, several, few, some, any, none, enough. Okay, again I am saying example: all, many, several, few, some, any, none, enough. So all are telling about the quantity but not in a exact number. So that's why these are the examples of indefinite adjectives of number. Again I am repeating, numeral adjectives have two kinds: definite adjective of numbers, indefinite adjective of numbers. Now let's see some sentences of indefinite adjective of numbers. Here, now, there are few bottles of milk in the fridge. Now here, what is the number? Few. There are few bottles of milk in the fridge. He has sold all the books. He has sold all the books. Several men came looking for you. Several men came looking for you. Now here indefinite examples: few, all, several, because they are telling us that yes, many men came but not exact number. Here they are telling us all books are sold but not exact number. In first sentence they are telling you few bottles of milk but don't know whether few is 2, 3, 5, 6. So these are the indefinite adjective of number. Okay, so these three were the examples of indefinite adjective of numbers. Now we will move on to our next type, and that is distributive numeral adjective. Basically you can say distributive adjective. Now distributive numeral denote singular number. Now you can mark this: singular number. Distributive numeral denote singular number of noun among many. Distributive numeral are many, always followed by singular noun. Always remember, distribute adjective is always followed by singular noun. Everybody knows no? Singular noun like boy, girl, man, cat, dog. Singular noun means one person, and a verb. And a verb. The example of distributive numeral adjectives are each, every, either, neither. Each, every, either, neither. So these are the examples of distributive numeral adjective. Now let's see some sentences. Sentences. Here is first sentence. Now you can see, first, everything he said is true. Now see, distributive adjective followed by singular noun, he, single person. Each student, student, singular. Each student is responsible for littering classroom. So each distributive adjective, student, singular person. Either of the way is correct. Here distributive adjective. Now singular. Way we are talking about singular. Now these are the examples of distributive adjective. Everything, each, either. Now, so we have covered two types of the kinds of adjective. Let's move on to the third type. Here, interrogative adjectives. Everybody knows about the interrogative sentences. The sentences which ask some question and which is denoted by these question mark. So, similarly, interrogative sentences. So, interrogative adjectives are used before noun to ask question. Okay, the main thing, it is used before noun to ask questions. The interrogative adjectives are what, which and whose. Okay, so these words are the interrogative adjective words. What, which, whose. Interrogative adjective modify nouns and are used in interrogative sentences or questions. So basically they ask questions. Interrogative adjectives are used before nouns to ask questions. The main word is to ask question, and you can see it is starting from W always. What, which, whose, where. Now, I am showing you some sentences of interrogative adjective. Now, one by one we'll study this. Now, first question, first sentence or a question. What sort of a player she is? Now, what sort, what? They are asking you question, what sort? Whose watch is this? Whose? Underline, I am underlining the interrogative adjective. Which road shall we follow? Which? Okay. What sort of a player she is? Whose watch is this? Which road shall we follow? So, what are the interrogative adjectives here, students? What, whose, which. Okay, so these three are the interrogative adjectives examples in these three sentences. Let's see few more sentences. Okay, so now next, whose book was that? So here interrogative adjective is whose. Whose book was that? So the word is whose. Which pen do you like more? Which pen do you like more? So the word is which. Which team scored the higher in the last match? Which team scored the higher in the last match? So the interrogative adjective is which. What recipe did you choose to make this dish? What recipe did you choose to make this dish? So again, what is the interrogative adjective here? What? What is the adjective? What? Whose pants did you wear? Whose? Whose pants did you wear? Whose? Now, basically two things you can see. The word in interrogative adjective always and maximum times starts with W and the sentence end with question mark. Okay, the sentence ends with question mark because here we are asking a question. Here we are asking a question. So here what are the examples of interrogative adjectives? The examples are whose, which, what. The examples are whose, which, what. I hope you understand interrogative adjectives very well. Okay, so students, now we will move to the another type of adjective. and which is possessive adjectives. Possessive adjectives. Now possessive. The word itself telling you possession. That particular thing is mine. No, that is your. So possession. They show possession. What they show? Possession. Such as my dress, your pen, his shoes, her house, their books. Okay, so my I am using for myself. My dress. For you I am using your pen. For boy I am using his shoes. For girl I am using her house. And for many person I am using their books. So these words are the examples of possessive adjectives. What words I am talking about? My, okay, I will write here. My, her, his, your, their. So these words are possessive adjectives. One more definition I am going to tell you. A word that indicates the possession of the noun to a person or few people. So these are the possessive adjectives. Okay, so now sentences. Okay, the first sentence. Your cycle has been stolen yesterday. Your cycle. So what is a possessive adjective here? Your. Her thoughts are too complex. Her thoughts are too complex. So what is a possessive adjective here? Her. Stop messing with my hair. Stop messing with my hair. So what is the possessive adjective here? My. So your, her, my. Repeat again. Your, her, my. Few more examples here. Their favorite teacher did not come yesterday. I am repeating the sentence. Their favorite teacher did not come yesterday. Okay, student, think what will be the possessive adjective here? Okay, now I am telling you. Their. What is the answer? Their. So here is the answer. She could not identify his motive. She could not identify his motive. Okay, what is the answer? His. Our friend told us not to quarrel with anyone. Sorry, it's not friends. Our father told us not to quarrel with anyone. So what is the possessive adjective here? Are. Okay, so you can see the examples of possessive adjective. There, his, are. And in the last sentence, your, her, my. Now, one more kind or type of adjective, demonstrative adjectives. What is the another kind? The last kind, demonstrative adjective. Now everybody knows about the meaning, the particular word. What does demonstrative means? Point out. What is the meaning? Point out. So demonstrative adjectives point out that which person or thing is meant. It is point out which person or thing is meant. Now one more definition. It is a special adjective that identifies a noun or pronoun by expressing its position as far or near. Okay, student? Position of a noun and pronoun, far or near. Far or near. So, Demonstrative adjective, it is a special adjective that identifies a noun or pronoun by expressing its position as near or far. Now with the example sentences you can understand easily. Now here, this shark is fast. Now first, this shark is fast. That lady looks worried. That lady looks worried. Take these ones away. Take these ones away. Put those tins in the cupboard. Put those tins in the cupboard. Now one thing, shark, lady and tins are noun. Okay, and one's pronoun. So, I am telling you, as I told you in the definition, it tells the position of noun and pronoun. So, shark, lady, tins, noun, one's pronoun. Okay, now we will mark the demonstrative adjective, which is our main point. Now, first, this shark is fast. This. That lady looks worried. That. So, this for near, that for far. Take these ones away. Now these, many, near. Put those tins in the cupboard. Those, many, far. Many, far. So the examples are this, that, these, those. Repeat, this, that, these, those. Okay, few more examples. I am going to show you few more examples. Now here are the examples. This plate is hot. Can you see that ranch? Those decisions were tough. Do not approach those dogs. Now underline the demonstrative adjective. This, that, those, those. Okay? This, that, those, those. I hope you all understand what are demonstrative adjective. This, that, these, those. Now let's do a small recall. As I told you, we have studied 7 types of kinds of noun. 2 we had already covered in our last session. Adjective of quality. Quality means size, color, shape, state. Adjective of quantity. Quantity means the specific number. Then today we have studied numeral adjective, definite and indefinite. Here, definite means second, 8, 2. Indefinite means few, all, several. Then afterwards, next distributive. In distributive, everything, each, either. Everything, each, either. Then interrogative adjectives. Interrogative means asking question. The 2 main thing, most of the time question start with, the sentence start with W, whose, what, where, and ends with the question mark. Now example, what, whose, which, ends with a question mark. Which, what, whose, ends with a question mark. Last, not the last, the second last, possessive. Possessive means showing possession. Example, my, our, your, his, her, their. My, our, your, his, her, their. You can see the example, your, her, my, and in these sentences, their, his, are. Now demonstrative adjective, the last one, which show the position, near or far. So this, that, these, those. This, that, these, those. Now students, just repeat this media again and again, recall the points, note down the important points in rough notebook. I'm saying again, in rough notebook, whatever you feel important, these sentences if you feel important, mention in any rough notebook, your old notebook, and along with this I'm sending you one worksheet in Google which you can find out in your description box. Fill that and submit. Okay students, Saira.